What's up, crew? Coach Carroll took so long. I may miss Sienna's first steps.
How is that going?
That's great. It's pretty cool. Obviously, she's growing up fast, and it's a blessing. You know, when you have see a baby like life, it's a pretty cool miracle. And so Sierra and I are very, very grateful. Obviously.
How are you feeling out there? Do you feel like you're over all your injuries?
Yeah, I feel great. My body's 100%. Running fast, feeling strong, throwing the ball well, and all that. So it's been a great off season. Got tons of training in this whole off season with my trainer Decker, and we've just been kind of going after it every day. We're training 6 days a week in the off season, and so it's been an amazing off season. And the work ethic from not just me, but also the other players from the offensive line. They've been putting tons of work this whole off season to the receivers and tight ends, getting together with them in California and stuff like that, and working together. And so it's been a special start to the season so far. We got a long ways to go, and we want to keep going.
Any different emphasis for you this offseason in terms of conditioning or the shape you want to be in?
Yeah, I've just been really trying to be great in everything I do. I think in terms of the nutrition part, I think in terms of the running part and conditioning, being stronger, being faster, just continuing to work out every day. And so it's been a great offseason. Like I said, I don't think I have to change too much, but I think just fine-tuning things and continue to get better. You know, I feel super young right now, and that's a great thing. You know, I feel really, really young. I feel like I'm just getting started. So.
How's the baby change?
A little bit less sleep, which I don't get much sleep anyway, right? So, but it's been really good actually. To be able to come home and see little man, and also see the new one too as well. See little Future and see Sienna. It's really cool just to be around them both, and he's such a good brother, and to be able to see Sienna as well, and just see how she grows every day and changes every day when you come home. And you've been at work since 5:30 in the morning. You come home, midday, and there's something different. So that's a really cool experience.
Does it change your perspective on football?
Yeah, I think it continues to grow my perspective. I wouldn't say change it, but just grows it. I think more than anything, when you see family, you have your own family, and it continues to grow. It's a special thing, and I don't just play for obviously my family that I've had before, but also my new family, and just playing for the little ones, and playing for Sierra too, and just playing for my teammates, and trying to do everything I can just to be the best that I possibly can be. And I'm just truly grateful every day. Get to come home, and it puts a smile on my face every time.
Russell, this year I understood you got for the first time a full-time physical therapist,
yes,
full-time trainer, all that. What was behind that for you in terms of the motivation?
Yeah, I think that honestly, I want to be the best in the world, and I don't shy away from it. I think there's a lot of things you have to do that, and it takes a lot of mental process. It takes a lot of physical things. It takes a lot of just execution. It takes having great teammates, having great players around you, and it's definitely not all on me. And so you need people to help you get there in each step along the way. And it's been a great process. Like I said earlier, getting up super early in the mornings, all off season, to be able to work early in the mornings, and to I was training at USC a bunch, going there watching tons of film, and training down the street some at UCLA. I know they're competitors, but I'm training at some of those places too as well, and just constantly being on the grind and trying to be where I really want to go. And and so I'm just grateful every day, and I think that it's the little things that matter, the little things that add up, and it can continue to. I think we've been really, really good, and we've been great before, and we want to continue to rise to the occasion. And you look forward to that. Every year's a new challenge. Every year's a new opportunity, and so you look forward to that.
How difficult was all those injuries and trying to play through all that stuff last year?
Yeah, that's a great question. It was definitely a new experience. I've never really been injured before, but I think that from watching my teammates go through injuries too. It wasn't just me. Watching our other guys, get injured and be able to come back and play at a high level and tough it out. And to wear the blue and green, it means something. And so, every time I get to play the game of football, I'm grateful. Every practice, it matters. Practice is everything, and I want to be out here every time I get the opportunity to play with my teammates and to be able to go out and win the games. And that's really my job, is to help our team win, and whatever that is. And so, continue to try to do everything I can to do that at the highest level.
He said that he's never seen your arm strength better than this week. For you,
fine-tuning that, strengthening it? What does that entail?
Well, it entails a lot of training in the off season, a lot of core work, a lot of arm strengthening. As Jim mentioned, I have a new full-time PT named Janet, so she's really pretty special in terms of what she's been doing and stuff for my arm and strengthening it. And so, I kind of my baseball background, just kind of thinking about that too. I'm only 28 years old. It's like I want to play another 10 to 15 years, at least, And so for me, mentally, you have to start taking those things into consideration. And so I've been doing that this whole off season, and really kind of been doing my whole career, but really intensifying it now. It's time to go. Time to be try to help our team be the best in the world. And so I'm trying to do everything I can to do my part and also help others too as well.
Russell, the team conversation lately through the ESPN article about the locker room and how you guys get along. How would you describe it?
Describe the article or describe?
Well, both of you want to go to the article.
Yeah, I didn't really read the article. I just heard about it. But
The locker room, relationships in the locker room, where the defense gets along with the offense, the way you guys get along in the locker room.
Yeah. I think that when you're a team that's constantly, in the playoffs, you're a team that constantly has been winning at a high level. When you're a team, as a group, you expect to win the Super Bowl every year. We want it, not expect, but we work to win the Super Bowl every year. Any expectation outside of that is not going to be any higher than ours, and we always want to win. I think the best thing to do though is to focus on one day at a time. No matter how good it's been, no matter how how tough it's been on a certain day or a certain night, every day, we look forward to coming back to work. We got the greatest job in the world. Why would we ever complain? And I got the greatest teammates in the world, that play their what's off every time they get the opportunity. And I'm grateful for that. And I'll do everything I can to do the same, and play, to the whistle, to play every down, to play every minute, to play every second, the hardest I possibly can, the most focused I can possibly be. And I think also individually for myself, I have the highest expectations in the world for my own self. So nobody can really take those expectations any higher for me. I want to help our team be the best that we can possibly be, and so I look forward to that challenge. I look forward to that challenge every year. And so that's why we play the game. We play the game to win it all. We don't play the game to come in second. And so that's why we're passionate about what we do, and we love each other. We love the process going through it too.
Do you refute the notion that there was some tension in the locker room?
Yeah, we play a hard-hitting game. There's always tension. I think that, but I don't think it's a negative tension. I think it's when you love something, you're passionate about what you do every day. We come out here to win. And we're all different. We all have different things, but we're all at the same accord, the same. And that's complete competitors, ultimate competitors, winners, guys who want to win the whole thing. And we look forward to that. And we're never going to shy away from it. We push each other in the most positive way possible. And it may be different other places, I don't know, but it's a good thing for us. And we like the competitive nature because we believe that the way we practice, the way we train, the way we do things in the off season, the way that we look forward to the playoffs, the way we look forward to certain big moments, quote unquote big moments to most people, we make it normal for us, and we like that challenge every year.
How divided has the locker room been the last couple of years?
I wouldn't say it's divided. I don't know. I don't know that. From my perspective, I believe that we're a team that's been in the playoffs. We're a team that keeps winning. I don't think teams do that if they're truly divided. And so we've had some tough situations. We had a lot of injuries last year, and then we had a good year the year before. We were able to come back and had some good wins, and to be able to get to the playoffs again and do a really good job. And we had a tough battle. We had a great comeback. I guess it was 2 years ago in the playoffs in Carolina. Teams that are divided don't do that. And so I believe that we're better together. That's for sure, and we believe in one another. I believe in every single person that I get to play with every time, and so that's what I always believe in.
Russell, we saw you in a backstage video in Los Angeles getting a haircut and talking politics. Is that something that you are planning to speak out?
Say again?
Speaking out on politics.
Yeah.
Is that something you're planning to do a little more of as situations permit?
I don't really think about it that way. It's not like a motivated, like I got to talk about this, got to talk about that. I just, when the time is right, maybe sometimes. We're living in an interesting world right now. I just continually pray that that we, as a nation, I guess, more than anything, kind of come together. And there's always going to be differences. There's always going to be differences from different races to different socioeconomic statuses to different differences between politics, Republicans, Democrats, and the in-between. But ultimately, we should be grateful for the opportunities that we all get, and it's never easy. So I don't really know how to answer your question in particular. There's nothing in particular I'm going to be addressing.
From the standpoint of you sensing the social and political injustice, is that something you want to use your platform for, to express your?
Yeah, I think when the time is right, certain times, I think that, first of all, I think that it's always key to when you speak, you have to have some knowledge of what you're talking about. I think that's always crucial, right? And having that knowledge and trying to gain more knowledge. I can definitely say I don't know everything about politics. I'm far from that person. I know more about the X's and O's of football than politics. I can definitely say that. But yeah, I love to learn about the world. I love to learn about how I can try to help our community in Seattle and across the West Coast and across the country too as well. And I am passionate about that. I am passionate about helping people. I am passionate about others, and that's what really matters to me.
Do you have any thoughts on how the arena game has been shaping out with key arena groups gaining traction? I know you're.
Yeah, it's getting close here. I think I'm praying that good things happen here. I know that I can't speak for the other group, obviously. I know that for the Soto group, we're super excited to potentially have the opportunity to bring basketball back and hockey back too as well. We're, Chris and Wally Walker and Pete and the Nordstrom family just in general. We're all super passionate about potentially bringing it back here and also having the young kids be able to come to NBA basketball games like I told you guys before. When I grew up, I used to watch the Sonics even though I was in Virginia. And so that matters to me personally. I think it'll matter to a bunch of kids. I think it'll give opportunities for jobs too as well. So that's what I know right now. We'll see what happens.
Russell, the team took a look at Colin Kaepernick. What's your relationship with him, and how would you feel if they brought him in to do that?
I haven't had the chance to be around Colin too much, but the times I have, he's been great. Obviously, I think first of all, he's a really, really good football player. He's made a lot of good plays and a lot of big games and done a lot of good things. So I have tons of respect for him in that way. And then in terms of everything else he stood for too, I think that he was trying to stand for the right things. I think he was trying to stand for equality, and so I respect that too as well. I also think that in terms of him potentially coming here or whoever it is, if it's anybody, I think ultimately we want a room that's a QB room that's always going to compete against each other and try to do the best that we can to possibly win and help our football team win. And the QB group is always tight knit, and so we love that, and we want to feed off one another. So whatever the case, I'll be ready for whatever it is, whoever it is. I think Boykin and Heaps have been doing a great job. They've been doing a tremendous job, but I'm excited about this year and this year coming up and what we can possibly do.
So to be as clear as can be, Russ, you would have no issue with him going here?
No, I wouldn't have any issue at all. Many good players that we can have, the better, right? And so, I don't know what's the best decision. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff in terms of, the team and everything and what we can do and all that. But in terms of a person, a guy I've been around, he's been great. I think that he's a guy that's a complete competitor. I've been around him a few times, and I've been able to see him play on the field, so he can do some special things.
What do you think of the notion that the loss in the Super Bowl to the Patriots still hangs over the team in kind of a detrimental way?
What was your question exactly?
The loss to the Super Bowl still hanging over the team in a detrimental way.
Yeah, I think if it's hanging, I don't think we'd be as far as we've gotten. I think we've been too good the past, 2 years since. I think the best part is we can get better. So I know. It definitely hurt for the first first little while there in terms of the first few days for me. But I think also, when we won the Super Bowl, I moved on right away. Unfortunately, when we lost the Super Bowl, moved on right away. So it's been no different in terms of the consistency, in terms of my own personal mindset, and I think too as well as our team. I think the way that we practice. I know you guys were the first time out here today, but it's exciting practice the way we're moving around and making plays, and I'm excited about the guys that we have this year. And no matter if we had won that Super Bowl or if we win this one coming up, it's going to be moving on to the next year, and that has to be the case. That's the only way that you continue to win. And it's not supposed to be easy. It was easy, and everybody would be doing it. So so I'm just grateful that we get the opportunity to play. I'm grateful I get to play for the blue and green in terms of the Seahawks, and I can always tell you guys I have the best job in the world. I can't complain. So I'm grateful about that every day.
When you say moving on, what does that mean?
In terms of what?
Moving on from a win or a loss, a big win or something.
Yeah, I think it's just a mental thing. I think it's kind of hard to explain, but I think more than anything, I think moving on is getting back to the work. You know, if you're really passionate about the work and really passionate about the process, that's the part that you enjoy the most, and the wins will come with it, and hopefully the championships will come with it too as well. And you know, and so that's the part that we look forward to. You know, so I think that for our football team, we're focused on right now. We're focused on having the best OTAs possible and getting everybody ready. We got a lot of new young guys that are playing at a very, very high level, and the experienced guys, we want to keep rising to the occasion, and we look forward to that rising to the occasion.
Russell, Richard Sherman's been your teammate, obviously, since you got in the league. Just how would you describe your relationship with him right now?
Well, I think Richard Sherman is one of the best teammates I could ever ask for. I think that in terms of his work ethic, in terms of the way he practices, I'm not sure, has he ever missed a practice? I don't know if he's ever missed a practice. I mean, I think that his work ethic, his timely nature in games, obviously making big plays, his mentality, you know, I think that he's a good dad too as well. You know, to be able to watch him from a distance as well, and see how how he is with the kids and stuff like that. That matters, you know, and so, you know, those are the things I look forward to. Those are the things that I know. So I think that he's a great team. I think he's going to be a Hall of Fame cornerback too as well, and so I'm glad he's on our team.
Hey Russell, I know you said that you were able to move on quickly from the Super Bowl, not to keep harping on it, but
Yep.
you think that was the same for all your teammates? Or?
No, I don't think it's the same for everybody. I don't know. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I do know that for us as a group, as an entire group, we're, that's definitely in the past. You know, you have to leave that in the past because, like I said, no matter when you win one, you leave it back there, and when unfortunately, if you ever lose one, you leave it back there because you have to look forward to the next year. There's too many tough things to do to get to where you want to go. And if you're looking back in the rearview mirror, you'll never see ahead. So I think for us, we're looking straight ahead and we're looking around the corner and looking left and right, and getting ready to play some football. And we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to being back at CenturyLink and being back with our fans and playing the best football of our lives. And we have no shyness about that. So we're looking forward to that.
Anything else?
Thank you guys. Go Hawks. Yep.